Now with the tune Singin' in the Rain, we've got an idea to introduce which involves the left hand, and the best way to shift between the G and the D7 chords. So here's your G and here's your D7, and the thing to latch onto is that your third finger is staying on the same string when you move between the two chords. So don't lift it off and put it back down, just leave it in contact with the string, relaxed, just move back one fret, it's that third finger that's going to do the shift, and then rearrange the other pair of fingers. Okay, so it's like from there to there, and then we're going in the other direction. It's just the same in reverse. So that's the first thing. The other one is the strum. Now we're sort of going a little more complicated. We've got a so-called alternating bass, and in the chord diagrams that I gave you at the beginning, it identified the sort of first choice of bass note and then a second choice bass note. So on the G chord, that first choice bass note is the note G on the 6th string, and the other one, the alternate one, is D on the 4th string open. So the strum, boom da da, thumb down up, is the same really as what we did in Drunken Sailor. It's just that now we're going to alternate between two different bass notes. There's another aspect of this strum, which is the muted strings. Well, I'm not talking about that just now. I just want to focus on the alternating bass aspect of it. So for a G chord, that's okay, and for a D7 chord, the first bass note is going to be D on the open string, and the alternate one is going to be A on the 5th string open. Okay, now the reason we want to damp notes is to sort of control how much sound comes out, because it starts to become too much if we've just got all that. So we damp, and there are different ways of damping. It can be done with either hand. It can be done with the left hand, just by, if you've got a spare finger, say for your D7 chord, your pinky is spare, so you could just be lightly laying it on the strings like that to damp. But for this tune anyway, we're better off to do the damping with the right hand, which means just really using this outside edge of your palm and laying it across the strings quite close to the bridge of the guitar, and then you sort of turn your fingers forward to do the strumming. So if we, that's the sort of, that's a damped sound. So we can still hear enough, and by just sort of lifting that palm edge a little, we can let more or less sound out. So the effect is something like okay, so that was not a very good demonstration, but it'll have to do. So just putting that in the context of the song, I have to remind myself how it goes. Okay. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase and so on. Okay, so that's combining two things. It's the alternating bass with your thumb and then damping with the outside edge of your palm.